Paul, I can't imagine you've had many worse afternoons here.
No, I haven't. But it's happened, and it's a lesson for us in all sorts of respect in terms of League One, where we are and how we have to play to be ourselves, which we weren't today against a team who played very well. So that's what happens.
Felt like quite a sluggish start in the heat, and then things really never got going, did they?
Yeah, I mean, that's a decent comment in terms of it typifies how we looked, and before we look at how we play and the details of how we play, we have to look at, and the question we need to ask is how we think and how we imagine ourselves being the team that we think is our best way, and it comes down to how we approach the game and apply ourselves. I don't mean whether we try hard or not try. I think there's no question we try hard. We try 100% every game, but it's about how you apply yourself as a group of people to play your way. We were way off that today, way off it.
The first goal, that Marcus Maddison strike, defensively, is there much you can do about that when a player does that from 20-25 yards?
Not really, but I don't think that was a turning point in how we thought or how we applied ourselves to how we should be. It came off the back. We opened a door for them and a player who can do it to do it. And I'm certainly not going to dig into details on this one, because actually we just start fundamentally with going forward for the next 40 odd games how we believe we're going to be at our best, and start from that point. So the second and first goal goes in, we're judged. What happens next? The second goal, we're judged. This game finishes, we're judged. So we have to make sure we have a very objective view of our progress, and it's not all going to be about the details of today. So I'm not going to dig into that first goal. We were way off it. I think there's a lot more to it than how we conceded that first goal.
Didn't feel like there were many stages where there was a real fight back or sort of a spell of 10 minutes where you really got back into the game.
No.
Alex Gilbey came off at half time. Was that to rest him? Was he struggling as he picked up a knock? How do you think he got through the first 45?
Well, it had to be him in terms of making a substitution, regardless of whether he was our best player or not. Is a player that was unlikely to play 90 minutes. It was his first game back in. There was virtually no chance he'd make 90 minutes. So just being pragmatic about it, if you're going to take someone off early, it's got to be him in terms of what happens next, because he's going to have to come off soon. So you may as well. So that's where you are. You're making a decision with your head, not your heart. It just makes all sense for him to be the first player off if you're going to make changes, because of the fact he wasn't going to make 90 minutes. So that's your answer. That's your answer.
You brought Reece Healey on, who looked lively and created a few chances.
Yeah, he did pretty well, and Reece is, sooner we can get him ready, and that playing 45 minutes today will go towards that.
Do you think Tuesday night maybe took it out of you a little bit more than maybe you anticipated?
I don't know. When a game goes like that, there's so much wrong, and I've just said to the players, everyone's going to come up with a comment why. And actually, I've been in these situations numerous times before, and actually the answer is somewhere elsewhere, somewhere that is unrelated, maybe. But actually, when you break it down, you've got to start somewhere, and it's not about Tuesday night or the shape of the system. Or there's a point somewhere else where you have to start again, and everyone else played Tuesday night, so. No excuses on that part whatsoever.
Brennan Dickinson coming on as well. You said he needed game time, and I suppose at 4 down it was just a case of bringing him on to get some of that for him.
Literally that. There's no judgment on Dean Lewington. There's no judgment on anything else other than he's a player that hasn't played yet, and I wanted to see how he did.
What happens with Tuesday now? Do you pick a similar sort of team, or do you go with somebody who wholesale changes, or is it, how do you approach the second round?
I don't know. It's only 5 o'clock. I don't know, and it's maybe a conventionally an old way of looking at it. You just seem to want to punish everyone and threaten everyone. I don't know that's the best way. I don't know. I have to decide after today. I like getting too miserable about it. I mean, we've not had many days like this. I have to be very, pragmatic about it. We need to know where we're going to start, and then Tuesday's a starting point for that. And it's not about punishment, it's about where we go next, and Tuesday is part of that. So we get judged on what happens next, but we've got to be us, and we have to play our way, and the players have got to be part of that. And look, I'm not shifting blame off the players. They should have done a lot better today, and I'm disappointed in many aspects of it. So this is not me. It's not me not taking this seriously. I'm taking it very seriously, but for that reason, I'm not going to jump onto any particular topic yet. I've got to think about it, and we'll see.
As a manager, as part of the response to us, doing a sort of proportionate response instead of necessarily overreacting to doing, I know too many changes I wanted to wear.
Every situation is different. Sometimes that might work. If I think that's the reason, if I think that's what we need, then I will. I don't know. It is what I need, what we need. We were so far off it, actually. You know, sometimes it's easier to get a bit of clarity because you're not actually fiddling around with small bits. We need to think about what we're going to be going forward. Whether we win the next match or not, we've got to think, okay, how are we going to be a better team over the next dozen games in League One? And let's start with that. And today might be a blessing in disguise. Maybe losing closely wouldn't have done that. Maybe this is something we needed, and I'll see. I mean, I'm bitterly disappointed. I'm not taking it lightly. I feel absolutely miserable about the afternoon, but I've also been here before, and I know this is something I've got to go through objectively and in a considered way.
Can I just ask one question? In a way, is it quite nice to have a cup game on Tuesday, a bit of a break, a bit of a distraction from the lead after today?
Yes, we like playing football. We're footballers. We want to play football. It gives one or two players a chance to play and get closer. The Reece Healey conversation, and that's Gilby, gives us a chance to get players closer to be ready for a selection for 90 minutes, and it's a positive.
Southend beaten today by a last-minute winner. Whatever's gone on here, they're going to be in a very low moment. Is that quite a nice opportunity as well?
It's about us. It's about us, and we've got a lot of things to think about us first.